Zach, in this final video about your strengths as a hitter, we're going to talk about how great of a job you do with your hands through the swing. And this is one of the things that I mentioned today when we were hitting. You do a fantastic job keeping your upper body on the ball for a long time, and you don't open up too early with this front side shoulder. And I'm going to break that down a little bit more specifically right now, and I'll begin with Jim Thome. So we see him here in a stance. We see him get to his negative move. He takes his positive move and loads his hands. Now, one of the things you're going to see when he takes his swing is he's going to keep these arms close to his body. And he's going to do his best to keep his shoulders square to home plate for as long as possible. So his first move with the swing is he's going to bring this back elbow down towards his back hip. And he's going to take this lead elbow and lead it towards the pitcher and let the hand stay behind the elbow. You're going to see that right there. And what that does is that keeps the hands close to the body. The closer our hands are to our body, the stronger we're going to be. And so you see at this connection position here, when he gets his back hand, his back elbow, and his back hip all lined up, one of the things you're going to notice is that this lead arm has some nice bend to it. And the same thing with the back arm. There's good bend in both arms, which means they're close to his body. And at the same time, his shoulder stays square to us. You can see here as a result, the barrel of the bat is working down into the hitting zone. So he's got a very efficient move towards the hitting zone with his hands. Now if we take a look on the left-hand side with you, we get you through your negative move, into your stride. Right here you're beginning your swing, and you do a really nice job right there getting your hands connected with your back elbow and your back hip. In addition, you do a pretty good job keeping your shoulder closed and square to home plate. You can see here that you got nice bend in your lead arm, and you got nice bend in your back arm. So your hands are close to your body. And this is why you do an effective job squaring up the ball consistently, even though you're a little bit inefficient with your lower half. We're going to take this further forward. Watch Jim Thome here as he gets into his bat lag position. And again, this is just where the barrel of the bat trails the hands. We see this palm up on the top hand, palm down on the bottom hand. And once again, he maintains nice bend in his arms. And his shoulder still stays in there pretty nice. We get you into that same position of bat lag. You do a fantastic job with those hands, man. You see the barrel of the bat lagging behind the hands. You got a palm up, palm down position here. And just like Jim Thome, you got nice bend in this lead arm still. And you haven't given up your upper half yet. And as a result of these great hitter actions with your hands, you get to a nice solid contact point with the hands, and you're able to get extended through the pitch. So I'm really, really excited about what you do with your hands. Let me show you another angle of this, just so you can see one more perspective here. We're once again going to pull up the catcher angle, slide you over here, and we'll do the same thing with Jim Thome here. And you're going to see here as he gets down into his negative move, loads the hands into launch. What you're going to notice is as he plants his front heel, right there, you can see the hips begin to fire. Hips begin to open up, but the shoulder stays in. See how close the hands are to the body? As he continues forward, once again, because he's able to keep his hands close to his body here and get nice bend in these arms, you're going to see the hips are firing open, but the shoulder stays closed. And what that does is that creates nice separation between the hips and the upper half. Well, why is separation good between the hips and the shoulders? Because the longer we can keep these shoulders and upper half closed, the more torque we're going to be able to get when we uncoil the upper half into the contact point. You're going to see the same thing here with you on the left-hand side. Here you in your negative move, you're in launch right there. And as you begin your swing, you can see here that your hips begin to fire, but your shoulder stays closed. And that creates a great amount of torque. Notice here how close the hands are to the body. Nice bend. And so as a result of this torque you've created with this upper half, you're able to unleash the upper half later on when you get into contact. And you can see here you drove that ball to left center field. So you really got a nice set of hands. You do a great job getting the hands into the hitting zone and keeping them close to your body. And that's a huge asset that you're going to be able to use throughout your swing as you continue to get better and better with the lower half.